Hi, everybody. I hope everyone is doing good. I wanted to just come on here and make a video. I don't uh, exactly know the direction this video is headed, but there's just some things that I wanted to say right now about. Um, I know a lot of people are experiencing a lot of intense emotions that they are trying to navigate through at this time. And it's just always a good reminder to kind of be able to share my experience so I can help um, maybe something that I say from my experience will be able to help you navigate your experience a little bit better, which is always my goal here. So again, these are just my experiences and how I've come uh, out of certain situations. Okay, so I want to talk about the body again, like I usually talk about the body. And I want to talk about energy. So I wanted to talk about Kundalini a little bit and what it actually is, and how Kundalini, you don't, if you're identifying with the word and the word doesn't make sense to you, then disregard the word. Because all Kundalini is energy. So if you're denying that Kundalini doesn't exist, then you're denying that you are not human and you do not have a physical body and you are not made of energy. Kundalini Christ consciousness is an energy that we carry and hold within our bodies that can lie dormant for lifetimes. So when we talked about the energetic shift, if we haven't kind of made our way into finding ways through our experiences to break down who and what we actually are, it can be a little bit harder to achieve at this moment in time, just because of the situations that are presented to us and in our external reality. So if we have not yet come to a point where we can distinguish our external reality with our internal world, then it's going to be a little bit more difficult and challenging for us at these times. So I know I did want to make a shift. I did want to, kind of make a message that this video is for hopefully light workers that are kind of stepping into their power to not only help themselves but people around them, but also their community, and ways to do it. Now, when we get in these more denser states of consciousness, which would be division, hate, judging, separation, and victimhood, we can get stuck. We can get stuck in these states of consciousness, and as we get stuck, it can build very rapidly. It can be turned into something what I'm sure a lot of us have experienced called kind of a black hole. And the more you kind of dwell in that area, the more it's going to build. So what we want to do is we want to shift out of it. If you are judging other people for their opinions, if you are gossiping negatively about other people's, if you are blaming other people for your problems, or hating or fearing, this is what you do. This is what you do. You can take everything that you are judging in your external reality. If you're blaming other people, if you feel like the victim, if you are judging people for their words and for their actions, if you are perpetuating anger and hate, then you take these situations and you completely just do a U-turn and you come back into yourself. Because all this is projections of yourself. And I know that's hard to see, and I know that's hard to want to believe. But that's where your inner work needs to be done. If you're looking to shift out of suffering or these lower states of consciousness, and remember, lower states of consciousness compared to higher states of consciousness, there is no hierarchy. There is no something is better than the other. But higher states of consciousness are lighter states of consciousness. Therefore, you are taken out of suffering. And for those of you out there that are wanting to step into your power, that know there's something more than this, right? This is a good reminder. This is what we have to start to look at. We don't look at other people. If you're looking at other people, then you need to look further at yourself. And this is why we are so lost, because this is a hard reality to step into, because you're forced to look into the mirror and you're forced to do work. That's the only way out, is the way in. When our soul descends down into our body, the energy moves down and descends. And our job is to raise our energy. To remember that we are not the body. And our experiences do not label us. And we don't identify with the body. We know we are more than the body, so we are soul. So what is it right now that you are more of? Are you more ego or are you more soul? And if you don't know, then you can write down where most of your emotions are and distinguish it that way. When I talked about uniting, it was hard. It was a hard thing to see. It's not uniting during easy times. It's uniting during the most difficult times. That is a true meaning of uniting. I feel like people forget that. If you can't unite during difficult times, there's no such thing as unity. You want to first understand where your energy is at. So how are you feeling? Is your energy down? Are you kind of in lower states of consciousness? Do you want to stay there? Fine, that's your choice. Do you want to change? Do you want to go into higher states of consciousness? Do you want to step out of suffering? Then there's a way to do it. And you do it with love. Being controlled by your five senses dictates what you are. It's so sad. I feel like, as I know some people are going through right now, people are having a really difficult time. And this is why I made those videos about Kundalini. Because people are experiencing a sort of grief. for their livelihood and their life and the external situations and the human collective, and kind of seeing what's happening. They're experiencing wholehearted grief. And if you are, then that means that you're here to do something about it. And remember that when you can get yourself kind of out of these slumbers, your energy will raise, and you're already doing your part, because when your energy raises, we're just going to call it energy, okay? And when you start coming into higher states of consciousness where there's no judgment, there's no hate, there's no division or separation, where there's acceptance and love and compassion and empathy, then you are doing your part of raising the collective. And it starts there. It starts within yourself. When I make these videos, and I know I haven't been making very many, I'm kind of changing the direction here to focus on light workers, because I know how light workers are feeling right now, because I feel it myself. And there's some real simple but difficult, if that makes sense, ways to navigate these states of consciousness. But you have to remember who you are first. And that's what you want to do. You want to remember that you are soul. And you want to use your heart, your sacred heart space, your sacred mind. You want to see what you are not. It takes introspection. And that's what we're going to work on. Or hopefully I can share with you with my experiences. Even if you try one thing a day when you find yourself falling into greed or manipulation or separation or hate, you can just kind of use your body and your mind to alchemize it to a loving state of consciousness, which is going to help raise your vibration. All right, a lot of things are around us. A lot of things are taking place. Greed is huge. Manipulation, deception, separation, control. It's all there. So we have to find ways to deal with it instead of feeling like we're victims of it. All right? So this is a time of beautiful break where we actually have the opportunity to see. And we have the opportunity to be shown the way. I love you guys so much. I hope everybody's doing good. Remember, if you have any questions, you can always message me. I hope you have a great day, and I hope that we can kind of start to come together here as a team and unify to help each other. All right, namaste.